जय गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीर वनचारि यमुनातीर वनचारि राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीर वनचारि यमुनातीर वनचारि राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय राधा गोविंद श्री राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Shri Radhe Jayo Radha, Gokulananda Radha, Gokulananda Shri Radhe Jayo Radha, Madha Madhava Radha, Madhava Shri Radhe Jayo Radha, Ramana Radha Ramana Shri Radhe Jayo Radha, Ras Bihari Radha Ras Bihari Shri Radhe Jayo Radha, Madan Gopal Radha Madan Gopal Radhe Jayo Radha, Giridhari Radha Giridhari Shri Radhe, Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jagannath Swami Nayan Patagami, Nayan Patagami Bhavatu Me, Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev, Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev, Jai Nitai Chaitanya Jayo Nitai Chaitanya, Nitai Chaitanya Jayo Nitai Chaitanya, Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Premanande, Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Sansthapak Acharya BVT Founder Acharya, Savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhans Parivajak Acharya Ashtotar Shat Shri भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव व्रत की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। प्रेम से कहिए जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन जी की जय। गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री अयोध्यापुरी धाम की जय, श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, श्री मायापुर धाम की जय, ब्रजमंडल क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री द्वारका धाम की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड गौरांग श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So welcome all devotees and to the morning Bhagavata Srimad Bhagavatam online class. Today's verse we are going to discuss is Canto number 4, chapter 14, text number 20. Om Namo. The title of the chapter is The Story of King Vena. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tadorjaya Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtuki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So I take the verse on the screen. Just give me a minute. Sure. Okay. So, तस्मिन् तुष्टे किमप्राप्यं जगताम् ईश्वरेश्वरे लोकः सपालां ह्येत्यस्मै हरन्ति बलिमाद्रता तस्मिन् तुष्टे किमम् अप्राप्यं जगताम् ईश्वरेश्वरे लोकः सपलः सपाला ह्य हेतास्मै हरन्ति बलिम् आद्रतः तस्मिन् तस्मिन् तुष्टे किमप्राप्यं जगताम् ईश्वरेश्वरे लोकः सपाला हि एतस्मै एतस्मै हरन्ति बलिम् आद्रतः. Synonyms, translation and purport by Krishna Kripamurti, Abhay Charnarvind, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms. Tasmin, when he. Tushte, he is satisfied, is satisfied. Kim, what? Aprapyam, impossible to achieve. Jagatam, of the universe. Ishvara, Ishvare, the controller of the controllers. Lokah, the inhabitants of the elephant planets. Sapalaha, with their presiding deities. He, for this reason. Etasmai, unto him. Haranti, offer. Balim, paraphernalia for worship. Adratah, with great pleasure. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by the great demigods who are controllers of universal affairs. When he is satisfied, nothing is impossible to achieve. For this reason, all the demigods, presiding deities of different planets, as well as the inhabitants of their planets, take great pleasure in offering all kinds of paraphernalia for his worship. Purport. All Vedic civilization is summarized in this verse. All living entities, either on this planet or on other planets, have to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by their respective duties. When he is satisfied, all necessities of life are automatically supplied. In the Vedas, it is also stated, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman, Kathopanishad 2.2.13. From the Vedas, we understand that he is supplying everyone's necessities, and we can actually see that the lower animals, the birds and the bees, have no business or profession, yet are not dying for want of food. They are all living in nature's way, and they all have the necessities of life provided, namely eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Human society, however, has artificially created a type of civilization which makes one forgetful of his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Modern society even enables one to forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead's grace and mercy. Consequently, modern civilized man is always unhappy and in need of things. People do not know that the ultimate goal of life is to approach Lord Vishnu and satisfy him. They have taken this materialistic way of life as everything and have become captivated by materialistic activities. Indeed, their leaders are always encouraging them to follow this path, and the general populace, being ignorant of the laws of God, are following their blind leaders down the path of unhappiness. In other, in order to rectify this world situation, all people should be trained in Krishna consciousness and act in accordance with the Varnashram system. The state should also see that the people are engaged in satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the primary duty of the state. The Krishna consciousness movement was started to convince the general populace to adopt the best process by which to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus solve all problems. Very nice shloka, very nice purport, very nice explanation by Srila Prabhupada. So we invoke the Mangalacharan, Asian prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी। Hare Krishna. So, welcome all devotees for this Srimad Bhagavatam class today. So, we are discussing the discussion what is going on between the sages and King Vena. So the chapter's title is the story of King Vena. So here we started with the chapter that King Vena, how he became the king after his father, King Anga. He left for the forest, and suddenly, all of a sudden, one fine day, he left and left the palace, and nobody came to know that where he went to. So the sages thought that the kingdom should not be left unprotected, and due to that reason the sages put him on throne. So he was made the king, next king, with the consultation of his mother Sunita. And when he was made the king, since he had the demoniac nature from his birth, in the early days of his childhood also he used to show the uh, cruelties towards animals, towards his friends. So same way, when he became the king, that time also he thought that I am the controller, supreme controller, and he started punishing innocent people, innocent creatures of the kingdom. So, because of that, these sages who put him on the throne, they thought of persuading with the king Vena to stop all these activities and start engaging himself into the devotional service or the bhakti of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, in this process, they started talking to him, and today's verse is also in that respect that the sages are telling to King Vane that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by the great demigods, controller of the controller of the universal affairs. When he is satisfied, nothing is impossible to achieve. Yasmin tushte, tasmin tushte kim aprapyam. So they are telling the Vena that if you, why are you dissatisfied? Tasmin tushte kim aprapyam. What is impossible to achieve? Nothing is impossible to achieve if you are satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which who is worshipped by even the demigods who are the controller of universal affairs. But he is the controller of controllers. Okay. Jagatam Ishwareshware. Who to whom the one who is the controller of the controllers. For this reason, take for this reason, Lokaha Sapala Hetasme Bahalanti Balim Adrata. So, because of this reason, all demigods, presiding deities of different planets, as well as the inhabitants of their planets, take great pleasure in offering all kinds of paraphernalia. So, this is a very similar verse like by Tas Yasmin Tuste, Jagat Tuste. So if the Lord is Supreme Lord is satisfied, then the entire world, universe will be satisfied. Because Supreme Controller is when he is pleased with anybody, then nothing is unobtainable for him. Even the rulers of all worlds pay tribute to such persons with great respect. So we can see that in Bhagavatam, it is this is also this particular verse is glorifying the principle of devotional service, the emphasis on the devotional service bhakti. So, like in Bhagavatam, Save Punsam Paro Dharmo. So the bhakti, what bhakti we should do, which is what is our param dharma, to do the devotional service to the Lord, who is Adokshaja, and how it should be ahetuki, without any motive, and apratihata. There should not be any gaps, continuously, uninterrupted. So then that will please the Atma. That will be the nourishment to the soul, because we can take care of the body, but the Atma will be satisfied only when we are performing the devotional services. So similarly, in the Bhagavatam 10th canto also, Tatte Anukampatham Susamikshmana. So Lord's mercy is always there, and in every apparently seeming situations, we should always be taking the acknowledgement of the Lord's mercy in all steps of life. A devotee is always having an attitude of gratitude towards the Lord, and that is the mood of a devotee. So here we can see there are comparisons. King Vena is proud and atheistic, then he is displeased with the sages, then rejected sacrifice. So many things he did, demoniac in nature, and then he is being advised by the sages to do this. So, by nature, why sages are doing all this? I, they could have very easily went to go to the. They could have very easily gone to the forest or doing their own austerities, devotional services, performing and pleasing the Lord anyway. But the sages are compassionate with the every living entity, and because of that, they are trying to persuade or pacify King Vena to stop all these activities. Similarly, like sages in of Naimisharanya, 80,000 sages assembled, and what was the purpose? That to find out what is the most welfare activity. They organized a yagya and started the questioning to the Sut Goswami, that what is the most welfare activity for the people in general. So that is their always tendency of the sages, because they are full of compassion for others. Like our Prabhupada, he could have very well lived in the Vrindavan, in the Radha Damodar temple, and gone back to Godhead. But still, because of his spiritual master told him to preach in the Western countries and to deliver the people who are fallen, he took such a big risk of his life, and at the age of 69 he left India for the Americas. So sages are very, very tolerant and compassionate to uh, all these situations. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the verse comes, what is the nature of the saintly people? I'll just share it. महंत स्वभाव ए तारिते पामार, निज कार्य नाही तब यान तार घर. It is the general practice of all saintly people to deliver the fallen. Therefore, they go to people's houses, although they have no personal business there. So, like Haridas Thakur and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, they were going on the instructions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to knock each and every door, just to see that Oh dear, please kaho Krishna, bhajo Krishna, kaho Krishna Desh. So they were begging for the holy name to be taken by the person. So they were in the process. They even went to the Jagai and Madhai, despite being beaten from them. Similarly, Prabhupada also went to the Americas, despite that the fact that in the beginning he had to live in a very, very uh, filthy condition and very struggling situations. So many times his belongings were stolen, he was beaten, he was removed out of place. Then still he tolerated just for the pleasure of his Guru and Lord. So, in the beginning, when Prabhupada the went to the US, and when he landed at the Boston, so what he writes is he wrote a poem which is on the Jaldut, Markine Bhagavad Dharma. रजस्तमो गुणो एर सबाई आछन्न वासुदेव कथा रुचि नहे से प्रसन्न. So a devotee is always dependent on Krishna's mercy, and when he is satisfied, then everything will be satisfied. So यदि तवे तबे यदि तब कृपा होए अहेतु की सकल ई संभव होए तुम्ही किसे कौतुकी. What it means is the whole America is full of rajas and tamaguna. They are in the mode of passion and mode of ignorance. So everywhere it is spread all over. The mode of passion and mode of ignorance is there, and they are fully engaged in the material activities, and they feel themselves to be very happy and satisfied, and there is no interest of them in hearing the pastimes of the Lord. So I really don't know how they are going to understand this. Prabhupada is speak communicating with Krishna. He is praying to Krishna. But I know what I know is because of your unmotivated grace, mercy, everything is possible because you are the mystic person. You have everything possible with you. So in the Bhagavad Gita also, second seventh chapter, Krishna says that Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshamya asheshatah yadgyatva neham bhuyo ananya gyatam vyam vashishyate. So Krishna says that because Krishna is complete in knowledge. So whatever Krishna says, whether it is phenomenal or numismus, once you hear this properly, nothing will remain for you to know. So Vedeshu Sarver Ahameva Vedyam. What is the purpose of all Vedas is to know Krishna, to gain knowledge about Krishna and his devotees, his pastimes, his loving exchanges with his devotees. So that's why Krishna and Krishna's paraphernalia, his devotees, everything is included in the when we address Krishna. So similarly, eko na bahunam vidadhati kaman. Hmm? Krishna is maintaining each and every living entity in this world. So Prabhupada is writing that we can see that the lower animals, the birds and bees, have no business or profession, yet they are not dying for the want of food. Prabhupada used to say that in Africa, large, huge elephants are there, and horses, and so many different variety of animals are there. and they eat 40, 50 tons of everyday food, but there is no scarcity. So Krishna is maintaining all the living entities from elephant to ant, everybody, except for human beings. Everyone is satisfied and they are happy because someone else is maintaining. So, what we should have is the firm faith on the Krishna's assurance, Krishna and his devotees' assurance. And that was the firm faith that Prabhupada had when he went to the America on his Guru, because Guru is a representative of Krishna. And that Krishna's instructions are coming to us through the transparent medium, which is Guru, spiritual master. So Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe, Sudrada Nishchay, Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Krita Hai. So with the firm faith, everything is possible. Shraddha Sabde Vishwas Kahe Sudhrada Nishchay. Shraddha is confident, firm faith that by rendering transcendental loving service to Krishna, one automatically performs all subsidiary activities. All other activities will be fulfilled um, as long as we are rendering the services to the Lord. Such faith is favorable to the discharge of devotional service. So, our beginning of devotional service starts with Shraddha, because one needs a little Shraddha in the words of spiritual master or some transcendentalist, so that we start with that, and then we come in the association of the devotees. So Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya, then we start Bhajan Kriya, and then we follow the Anarth Nivrati. If you are doing very without any offenses those Bhajan Kriya strictly, then starts the Anarth Nivrati, and then Ruchi, Asakti, Nishtar, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. So these are the stages of 9 steps of devotional services progressively. So there was earlier the kings were Raj Rishi. So they used to have both the qualities of Raja as a Kshatriya and the Rishi as a Brahminical qualities. Both qualities were there, or if some Raja didn't possess, then he used to consult some Rishi Muni in, and with his consultation only he used to take all the decisions and the way to conduct the overall administration. So similarly, we can see in Chanakya Pandit was guiding the Chandragupta Maurya. Similarly, Vashishta Muni was the rishi for Kul Kul Guru for Dashath Maharaj. So all these are very important concepts, and here the king Vena is totally disobeying the. We are going to see that later. King Vena will not hear anything to whatever the sages are saying, and then he will come. His journey will also come to end, because the sages will get so much angry, because despite giving a lot of advice and lot of persuasion request form, the King Vena is not agreeing to anything to whatever these sages are telling. So they will kill him. So if Krishna is there with us, then everything is possible. Like in Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 31 chapter, 14th verse, Yatha taror mool nishechanena tripyanti taskand bhujo उपशाखः प्राणोपहाराच्य यथेन्द्रियाणां तथैव सर्वार सर्वाहरणम अच्युतेज्य. What is that meaning? As pouring water on the root of a tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach enlivens the senses, the limbs of the body, simply worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfied all the demigods who are parts and parcels of the personality. Because where are these people coming from? They are all created by Krishna only. Krishna is the Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. So that's the reason Prabhupada used to say that all material opulences are compared as 000 because they are nothing, they are no meaning. But Krishna is one. So where is the value of zero? We can have the value of zero only when one is preceding those zeros. So if you have five zeros and if you add one towards the left side of all of them, then it becomes 1 lakh, 100,000. If it is six zeros, 1 million. So the value becomes only significant when Krishna is added to the material world. So whatever our activities are, if we add one towards that, then only it has some value. So like Prabhupada had full confidence, full faith on Krishna's mercy. And because of that, he was so much fearless. He used to face any situation, every situation, that Krishna will take care. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paripasate tesham nityabhiktanam yogakshemam mahamyam. There's a famous story in Jagannath Puri that what we call some Mishra was there, and his name, because he used to read every day Gita, so people started calling him Gita Panda, Gita Panda. So what was the case that once he was reading this 9.22, Ananyas Chintayanto Ma Ye Janam Paripasate, Tesham Nityabhiktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyam. So when he was reading, he made a cut to this, that why I am so poor, nothing is happening, nobody is taking care. So he started and then he said that this verse is not correct. What Prabhupada is writing is, but those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So when he was saying like this, that no, it's not, then after some time we see that Krishna and Balaram, they were personally carrying grains and ghee and many other things to cook for his home. So they came, two boys came, and they delivered all that which was required by that Gita Panda. So likewise, Jagannath ji or Krishna takes care of the devotees if he has unalloyed firm faith, Shraddha, on the statements of the spiritual master or Krishna. So we also see that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahatma Swabhav it Arite. Okay, sorry, we just discussed this. Yeah. Kathan Kathanchana Smrite Yasmin Dushkaram Sukratam Bhavet Vismrate Viparitam Syat Sri Chaitanyam Namamitam. So this is there in Adi Lila 14.1 Chaitanya Charitamrita. things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one somehow or the other simply remembers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if one does not remember him, even easy things become very difficult. Vismrate viparatim syat. Or smriti yasmin dushkaram sukuram bhavet. So anything is possible, but if one does not remember him, even easy things become very, very difficult. To this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer my respectful. Krishnadas Kaviraj is offering obeisances to Lord Chaitanya, that with whom, if just by remembering him, impossible becomes possible. And by forgetting him, possible becomes impossible. Like Mukam Karoti Vachalam, Pangum Langayate Girim, Yat Kripatam Ham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. So even a even a dumb fellow, dumb person will become talkative, and the lame person will reach up to a mountain, will climb up the mountain. That is possible with the mercy of the Lord. So any impossible is possible, and uh, because of the mercy of the Lord. So that is also Yasmin Tushte Jagat Tushtam. Like why firm faith should be there? Because what we lack right now is the firm faith. So, because of that, our progress also is slow in the devotional path. So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj used to narrate a story of that marriage party, uh, entering a boat and then boarding a boat, and then forget forgot to remove the anchor of the boat, and did not move any further. In the morning, when they woke up, they found themselves to be on the same place. So, what is required is, if we are if we are on the spiritual path, then our material attachments should be gradually cut with the instructions of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra teach us how to use the sword of detachment. Asanga Shastrena Chitva. So, Asang Twara. We these. Similarly, like we see an example of Tapan Mishra. Tapan Mishra was residing in Bangladesh. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went the for some collecting some money, because he was in the Grihastha ashram that time. He had married Vishnu Priya Mata, and he went out to for earning some money. So when he reaches there, he told uh, because Tapan Mishra was seeking what is the goal of my life, what is sadhya, what is sadhan, what is the goal, and what is the process to reach to that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to go to Varanasi, and he said, I will come there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the Grihastha ashram. He was not even a sannyasi. And this Tapan Mishra, who is the father of Srila Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, one of the Shat Goswamis, so he had firm faith on the Lord's statement. And he immediately took the decision to move from Bengal, now East Bengal, the Bangladesh area, to the Varanasi. Varanasi was a full of Mayavadi philosophy people, but he had firm faith on Lord Chaitanya's statement, and we know that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to Vrindavan, that time on his return, he comes to Prayagraj, and then from Prayagraj he moves to Varanasi. And Varanasi, he stayed at Tapan Mishra's home. And not only that, but he also instructed to Sanatan Goswami for more than around 60 days, so that various bhaktis, principles of bhakti came into our from Sanatan Goswami we get to know all those. So because of that, this the firm faith on the spiritual master or the Lord's instructions have to be there. Then only we can really move ahead of the ahead in our devotional services, and we reach to the our goal of life. So in this connection, Prabhupada was asked by so many people that why why you are just chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, uh, when you get to know that at the end of your life, um, the Krishna is not there, nothing comes into your help, then what will you do? You will lose the material world also, enjoyment of the material world, as well as the both sides of the activities. Then Prabhupada said, no, no, I enjoyed my life. I have lived very, very grand way. Everything was possible for me. But think beyond, just think that if you get to know that you didn't chant for whole life, and then at the end you get to know that Krishna is great, what will you do? You'll not be able to do anything at that point of time. So that was Prabhupada's answer to that question. Similarly, also, Bhakti Charu Maharaj used to say that uh, why not? You have spent many lives for your own cause. Why not spend one life for Krishna, so that we fulfill the ultimate goal of our life? So that is the paramount goal of our life, that we dedicate our life to Krishna, and that is the firm faith we should have on Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And in this purport, again, Prabhupada is writing that Varnashrama, all people should be trained in Krishna consciousness and act in accordance with the Varnashrama system, because that is where the people are engaged in satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then their welfare will automatically happen. So this is the understanding of this purport and the very important shloka. So now I will end my part of the discussion. If you have any comment, query, or some comment, suggestion, or some correction, I invite from you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So with this, we end our discussion. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णव